Hi, welcome to my new video for beginners. Today we will learn how to draw a building using three-point perspective. I hope you will find the answers to many of your questions about this subject in this video. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. As always, I start by drawing the horizon line. I put the horizon line close to the bottom of the paper so we can draw the building from the bottom up. Try to draw the horizon line as parallel to the top and bottom edges of the paper as possible. Now I'm going to draw a vertical line here. It is time for 3 vanishing points. Okay, try to put these points as close to the edges of the paper or put them outside the paper. If the points are too close together, it will be tricky to draw and your drawing will not look great. One more thing, put the top vanishing point between the other 2 points. Do not put it anywhere else. Now, let's start drawing the building. First, we need to work out how tall the building will be. I will use the vertical line I drew earlier for this. This line will be the closest corner of the building to us. Okay. Now I'm going to connect the starting and ending points of the line with the vanishing points on the left and right. So far I have used the vanishing points on the left and right, but now it's time to use the vanishing point at the top. I will draw the left and right sides of the building. First, I mark a point for the top width of the building. Then I draw a straight line starting from the vanishing point and passing through this new point. I will draw another line for the right side of the building in the same way. Okay, so believe it or not, we finished the most challenging part for a lot of beginners. Once you have got the main form of the building, it's easier to add the rest of the details. Now let's talk a little bit about three-point perspective. The building is actually like this, and it has 8 corner points. If you look closely, you will see that each corner point is linked to all 3 vanishing points. No more, no less. As the building has a surface, we can't see behind it. So we don't need to draw the corner points and lines that we can't see. Okay, now let's draw the ground floor of the building. Maybe there's a store here, or maybe this building is a hotel and this is the lobby. I'm not sure. The ground floor is usually higher than the other floors of the building. Remember this when you are drawing. And it's time to draw the other floors of the building. The best way to do this is to add windows to the building. First, I will draw something like a frame on each side of the building. The windows will be in this frame. I need the help of vanishing points when drawing the frame. If you find it difficult to draw straight lines, you can use a ruler. There is no rule that you cannot use a ruler. Also, using a ruler does not prevent you from learning the rules of perspective. But it is good to practice drawing straight lines, because you may not always have a ruler with you. Moreover, using a ruler may increase your drawing time. So do whatever works best for you. Okay, now I'm going to divide these frames with vertical and horizontal lines. While I'm dividing vertically, I should use the vanishing point at the top. According to the rule of perspective, the windows at the top of the building should be narrower than the ones at the bottom. I can do this by using the vanishing point. Good. I'm going to give these new lines some thickness. Now it's time to divide the frame with horizontal lines. I am going to use the vanishing points on the left and right. As I mentioned earlier, objects farther away appear smaller than those closer. So I should increase the distance between the lines downwards. In short, the distance between the top lines and the bottom lines should not be the same. I'm speeding up the video here so as not to take too much of your time. I'll be right back. Great, it looks good, huh? Okay, now I will add a section on the ground floor. This section separates the ground floor and the upper floors. The name of the building or the names of the stores can also be written on it. When I add the windows on the ground floor, the building will be finished. Of course, I'm going to use the vanishing points again. You can choose the size and number of windows. Draw them however you like. Just remember to use vanishing points. If you notice, I draw the lines lightly, because if I make a mistake, it's easy to fix. At the end of your drawing, you can go over the lines and darken them. In three-point perspective, it's pretty much impossible to find lines that cross each other at right angles. Almost no line is parallel to any edge of the paper. Three-point perspective drawing is used in especially looking up or down at a subject. It is common in architecture, comics, animation, and video games to create a sense of depth and realism. If you want to specialize in these areas, it would be a good idea to learn three-point perspective very well. It is always a good idea to add some shading to the windows of a building to give it depth. This way the building looks more realistic. There is no need for much detail for distant objects because they are not noticeable. When you're shading, the thickness of the frame should increase downwards. You can use a fine-tipped pen for small details or for lines that you want to be sharp in your drawings. It looks much better. We have finished everything we need to do with perspective in the drawing. After that, the phase of lighting and shading begins. I'm speeding up the video here so as not to take up too much of your time. Since the goal of the video is to show how to draw in three-point perspective, I won't go into lighting and shading in detail. Shading is a deep subject with its own rules. I will show you quickly so that you have an idea. If I have to give you a tip, shade from light to dark, but do it gently. Start with gentle strokes and gradually make them harder. Shading should go from soft to hard and from light to dark. Thanks for watching my video. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. See you. Goodbye.